So, Alex, welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for
We are
inviting me.
very honored to have you coming to us all the way from Serbia.
Well, it wasn't too far. It was all the way to my computer, but
Okay.
Exactly.
You are our first Serbian guest, so you should be very honored.
I am. Thank you.
And you also are a relatively new person to the realm of Angelina Jordan, and we are your tour guide.
I am extremely new. I've only heard 5 songs.
Yeah.
Very, very new. But I did a lot of skipping back and forth. So I heard her at her oldest, which is now, and I heard her at her youngest.
When we had our preliminary conversation a week ago, and I was picking your brains here and there to see how the conversation might tentatively go, you threw a little bit of a curveball at me because you informed me that you were a fan of Metallica and The Cure.
Yeah?
And I thought, which songs of Angelina can we pick out which will resonate with your preferences? And so you gave me quite a challenge to work that out.
Now it's starting to sound challenging to me as well. But I actually liked a lot of things when I was a kid. Metallica and The Cure. But I've listened to everything except what they call Serbian turbo folk music, which I run away from at every chance I get.
Let's insert one of those
No.
songs in this episode, Alan.
That would be the end of the episode. I've listened to quite a lot of things. This would include Ray Charles. It would include Ella Fitzgerald. It would include Aretha Franklin. A lot. I've also mentioned Ella, and I listened to some weird stuff like Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton out of the blue in Serbia. And I love how they perform and their chemistry on stage. So Metallica and The Cure are something that I started when I was 12. And when you're 12, you fall in love with things. But as you grow up, you remember everything your parents played to you and you go back to that. So Angelina, when I first heard her, I believe I even mentioned it was sort of a throwback into the past because that's what it did to me. It was like, oh my God, I haven't listened to Nat King Cole in a long time. I haven't heard Ray Charles in a long time. This girl reminds me of that. And she reminds me of, I'm told later, singers that I mentioned in the first video that I reacted to. I said Ella Fitzgerald and Dinah Washington, and they were like, "Don't you know that she was listening to that?" Well, now I do, but it was a really, really good reminder. It was basically sort of going back to childhood and listening to stuff when I was young, and
Yeah.
then I went back and I did listen to it again.
We all need a little bit of a time machine in our life to
Oh,
take us
I
back.
told you I'm neither old nor young, but I'm somewhere in the middle, and yeah, it's starting to happen. You want to go back a little, you
A
know?
little bit.
Yeah, I know. I often quote the Bob Dylan line, I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Now, Alex, in the last minute from your description, I've just added 2 more songs to your playlist.
And they are?
Ah, one is an Aretha Franklin song,
Oh, cool. Which one?
A Natural Woman.
Oh, cool. Definitely cool. One of my favorites. Yes.
And the other one is a Dolly Parton song, Jolene.
Angelina Jordan sang Jolene.
Yeah.
You've got
She
to be
does-
kidding me.
She does everything. She does
Okay,
everything.
okay, that one is definitely. Now, Aretha Franklin, I can hear in my head what it would sound like, but I can't imagine what Jolene would sound like in Angelina's
Well,
rendition.
you better fasten your seatbelt,
Ready, steady.
and you better take a tranquilizer.
Nah, she'll do it for me.
But when I watch your reactions, I feel that you're very knowledgeable when it comes to music. And so what's behind
How did that happen?
Exactly.
My dad
Okay.
and my granddad as well. It's basically I'm not extremely knowledgeable. A part of it is due to my teachers. So one of the teachers from elementary school used to be responsible for our class as well as being our music teacher, and we started learning at the age of 10. until the age of 14. And I had an excellent teacher in high school as well, and that lasted for another 2 years. So, on one hand, there's musical education at school, which I have to say isn't high level musical education, but a lot of musical history and recognition of classical music. And on the other hand, it was my dad and my granddad, especially since my granddad was part Hungarian, so he introduced me to some Hungarian music as well. I even learned how to sing a couple of songs in Hungarian that I don't understand. But generally speaking, just a lot of different music at home, domestic and foreign. And my dad was a great fan, for example, of the Platters, of Elvis Presley, that I never yet liked, but he liked him. Then I learned a lot. And a lot of things, basically. Just listening to music for 47 years will do that to you.
Yeah. For example, when you reacted to I Put a Spell on You, you instantly picked out Screaming Jay Hawkins' picture on the candle there.
That's Nina Simone's fault. When I listened to her version, and I heard her version many times through my life, the last time I went to check out Angelina Jordan's version, I went to listen to Nina Simone. And I'm like, I know this is not an original. Let me check out the original. I heard that one before I reacted, and I was like, I know, I heard this one too. So it was basically, I often go back to originals when I'm listening to new renditions, but I don't listen to the actual artist I'm going to react to.
Yeah.
If it's a new song by, for example, like Ren, he's doing original songs. The only preparation I can do is maybe read the lyrics just to be able to understand him. But sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I just go in.
Well, I think I've just added another song to our podcast. Because are you familiar with Nina Simone's Summertime?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I sing it a lot.
There's something about that version from Nina Simone. It's so smoky. You're in a jazz club. It's the height of summer, and you're having neat whiskey. There's something really smoky about that version.
Summertime, and the living so easy.
I don't think that one was my favorite, but I would need to remember who sang my favorite. It was higher. Nina Simone's is lower.
Well,
smoky.
maybe Angelina Jordan's version of Summertime will be your new favorite.
This is the 5th time I'm actually going into an Angelina song without preparation.
We have every confidence in you, even without any preparation.
This is the official orchestra for one of the TV stations in Norway.
Let's hear her, because I'm liking the dress already. Okay, the intro is older versions. Now we're going with the deeper voice. She skips the H's off, but I've noticed that as well. Ooh, that was good. That lowering of her voice.
So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Aha, I expected that. Good. I am loving this. This is the kind of version that I like, actually. A little slower, but still goes a little bit higher, and then kind of goes a little lower at times. Wow. That.
And the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the current is high.
What is she doing here?
Oh, you're dead.
Love this part. Love this. Ooh.
And
Exactly.
my is good looking. So hush, little baby.
Bit of a change there.
Hey, don't you cry. Don't
Excellent change.
you cry.
Huge change.
Don't you cry. Don't you cry.
And the signature. Yeah, that was the signature. Could hear that at the end. How old did you say she was here?
I think she's around 11.
She sounds like she's about 25, 26. But the modulations that she does with her voice, it's not any of the versions I heard. She combined several. That's
Yeah.
one thing that she did. Another thing that I loved, it starts off lower than the version I'm used to. She started lower, and then at some point she starts bringing it higher, but then drops it. Like a bomb on you, just shocks you a little bit, and then goes back up. So she kind of created a filigree of various versions that's only her own. And those 3 lines that repeat at the end, that's where I recognize her signature. That's totally her. What I love about her is there was also a sense of humor. What do I see of her personality? A lot of things. I see determination, I see creativity, I see attention to detail, I see leadership, but the gentle kind of leadership. She respects people she works with. And I see a great sense of humor, which I saw in Bad Valentine first, and she really made me laugh there. She's done it here again. There's this sense of humor.
It sounds like you're a palm reader, and she's handed you her palm, and you're reading her palm.
No, I'm just listening to what she's doing, and she's playing. She's not just singing. What I liked about her, like the first song I heard was Bad Valentine, and she was 18 there. Okay, nothing spectacular about an 18-year-old girl who sings really, really well. But what is spectacular is the way she plays with the song. She's relaxed about it. And still, she pays attention to every single detail. Nothing is coincidence. She meant it that way. And I love how easy it is to her to express herself that way, because there's so much of her personality coming out.
Well, you've already justified, Alex, why we have you on this podcast.
Yes, very insightful.
Well, it'll be fascinating to see if she has the same personality in the next song that you're about to hear. She might be like a musical chameleon.
I just wonder what's going to happen with Jolene. How frisky and crazy she's going to get.
Let's do Jolene.
Let's figure out what happens when Angelina sings country.
As you can see, this is from a rehearsal in Los Angeles. So the quality of the sound and the video is not that superior. It's recorded 5 years ago, and it's not a complete song.
She's reading the lyrics. I can't believe her.
Jolene,
Okay, I'm getting a Miley Cyrus vibe rather than Dolly Parton. And I have to say, I'm not a great big fan of Miley Cyrus's songs, but I think her voice is great, and I heard her version of Jolene. This sounds like the Miley Cyrus version, and the voice is kind of focused on the lyrics. So I think it's quite obvious it's a rehearsal. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do with this song. That's what I'm hearing. Like, okay, I'm going through the lyrics. I'm checking this song out. Let me see what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm feeling. But in terms of her voice, of course, she's she's just being her normal self. We can do this.
You have very good focus with what you point out and what you highlight and the weight of your focus. Respect, Alex. Respect.
Yeah, respect.
Thank you. I basically want to see what's going to happen because now we're halfway into the rehearsal.
Yeah.
Now there's the possibility here that she's going to find out what she's going to do with it by the end of this rehearsal.
Okay.
And I want to see if that's going to happen now. Just speeding it up here. She is doing what I thought she would. Okay, this is standard. Slight change, but it happened. Down into talking. This is a Dolly Parton thing. This wasn't Miley. There, another change. That was pleading. The first time it was a statement, now it's pleading. Yeah, she's done it. I thought she would do it. Just 2 lines, and it was in the middle. Please don't take him even though you can. First time she just says it as a matter of fact. The second time in the end when she sings it, it's more of a pleading. And she combined Miley Cyrus and Dolly Parton. There's just 1 line that she says rather than sings, which is more Dolly Parton.
You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again, 'cause he's the only one for me, Jolene.
Now you could have your choice of men, but I could never love again, 'cause he's the only one for me, Jolene.
It's like overall style. She changes her style towards the end of the song where she goes into the Dolly Parton version. The change in her speed and tone. So her register goes up and she goes closer to the Dolly Parton version towards the end of her rehearsal because Dolly's version is generally higher. Dolly's version is also a little bit more country than Miley's, and Miley's register is a lot lower when she's singing Jolene, and also Miley's style of singing is like all the words are connected, whereas Dolly kind of cuts them into little bits when she's singing them. So what Angelina was doing towards the end, she was kind of going into the higher register and going into this faster pace. The rehearsal is telling me she was playing with it again to figure out what she wants to do. And that was possible in the second part. In the first part, you can't change much except the tempo, which she did. And that's where she went with the Miley Cyrus version, with the tempo. But then in the middle, she mixed them up. And in the end, she added her own.
Okay. Alex, I've just decided we're going to make this a 30-hour podcast and present all 200 of Angelina's songs because
What am
you
I
have
gonna do then?
you will have coffee and more coffee. That's what you will do. Because you have such a unique spin on everything that you are hearing. And I just want to throw more songs at you.
My plan is to do that, but I can tell you one thing. No matter how much coffee I take, more than 3 songs a day are not going to happen because my focus is going to disappear. And then I'm going to tell you it's a very pretty song. And that's what's going to happen.
Okay, well, when your focus disappears, Pontus and I will be the first to notice.
Okay, I can still hold my own for a while, you know.
Okay, we're going to Aretha Franklin now.
I heard you say you didn't really appreciate Miley Cyrus that much. Miley Cyrus worked with producer Mark Ronson with a song called Nothing Breaks Like a Heart. And
That one I like.
That is also one of Angelina's songs.
Angelina likes the same songs by Miley that I do. I actually like that one. What I didn't like about Miley is whatever phase that was in when everything sounded poppy and just messy. That I didn't like, but I listened to a couple of her renditions, which were mainly live, and it was some garden thing, and Jolene was in that one. That's when she surprised me. Like, I thought she couldn't sing when I was listening to her other songs. When I heard Jolene and Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, and I heard her live as well, I was like, this woman can sing, why doesn't she?
The story behind this song is that Mark Ronson found out about Angelina and was so impressed that he sent her the original backing track for the song so that she could record her singing over it.
Every singer should, if they're any good, bring something of their own. Now, it's hard to find good singers, and Angelina is definitely one of the really, really, really good ones. But you might have seen other reactions on my channel. Some of those singers are insanely good, like Lara Fabian, who's done a lot of renditions of other people's songs. But like Angelina, who's only 30 years younger, she's doing things that Lara has been doing as well, and is now that mature. Angelina was doing this since she was 6. This is what I found was like, this girl, this is a special talent. This is something really, really big.
So let's listen to A Natural Woman. And this is actually done as a Aretha Franklin tribute.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. You make me feel.
Okay.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
So, whoa. Okay, now I understand why you told me that this was recorded after, a few days after Aretha Franklin's passing. That's what she's done to the song. Now I understand why you said it. She lowered the register and she made it much gentler than it originally was. And this wasn't Aretha or Whitney singing to a man. This was Angelina singing to Aretha. So that's what's changed. Just
Another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Joy coming back? That was the sad part, and now joy is coming back. Like you can hear it in the lower register, then just going right up and saying, okay, I remember why I'm singing this.
When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it.
That I believe.
I didn't know just what was wrong with me
Goodness, kid, nothing.
till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, and if I make you happy, I don't need to do
Now will she go higher, I wonder?
You make me feel.
No. Okay.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural.
Okay, we have repetition here, which means it's gonna change towards the end.
Oh, baby,
There it goes. It's
what
going up.
you done to me? You make me feel so good inside, and I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel.
There. Now it's going up.
You
There we
make
are.
me feel. You make me feel like a natural
Singer, should say. And I get it now. I get it exactly why you told me this. This is definitely a tribute. The lyrics originally, of course, talk about a man, but if you actually pay attention to what she's saying, it can easily apply to a role model in singing. So she's actually changed not just the tonality, she's changed the speed at which she's pronouncing each word. She slowed it down. And she's done it every time except the last one in the chorus. And the reason she didn't do it in the last one is, okay, I'm sad, but I'm happy, I'm singing. So that's when it changes towards the end. It's like back to why I loved Aretha. And yeah, I get it. I get everything she's done here. That's one thing about her that really amazes me. She's done this very early with a lot of songs. The arrangement, and now I'm assuming that whenever an arrangement changes, it's her. It's not somebody around her. I used to ask, did she do this? Now I know.
No.
But she does it here as well in just the right way. As a tribute, this works perfectly.
She has that kind of sensitivity about her that she can do the right thing in every situation.
I keep saying it's a spectacular talent, and then people keep reminding me, yes, she works on it. Well, there's nothing to work on if you don't have a talent. But what she does have is the ability to pour emotion into a song. This is why I don't even like to listen to intros or conversations or interviews, because if an artist is really, really good, like she is, she gives you all of the emotion on a plate. She just shows it to you. And she's got that. Every change that she's ever made to any song is very intentional. It's not complicated. It's just there to tell you what she feels about it. Not just what the song is about, but what she feels about the song. And her personality just comes through all of this. In Jolene, I think once we see the actual performance rather than the rehearsal was, let me find out what I feel about this song. But once we hear the performance, I have a strange feeling that we're going to see her sense of humor there. Because she does bring it, and she's done it there a little bit. She's played with it a little, but it's just a rehearsal. She's working on it and thinking. And you can see that happening with her. I know this is 8 songs now that I've heard. That's all. And she's got 200 plus. But it's not hard to see this. It's not hard to notice how careful she is, how thoughtful she is about everything she's doing. And another thing that I loved in I Put a Spell on You. People told me later, like, she wrote down my wishes. regardless of that, it's the way she looks at the musicians. First of all, she's an adult there. Second of all, they're all looking at her like she's a little minion that they love, but she's great, and they're a little bit afraid of her. But, all of that is like put in together. But the way she looks at them is with due respect, even though she's as accomplished or even more accomplished at that age than they all are, she's showing respect.
Yeah.
And she's done that in every video as well. So her personality is very clear.
Yeah.
The nickname that she has amongst the musicians, they call her the boss.
But it makes sense because unlike everybody else, she knows exactly what she wants. Musicians usually experiment and play. I think she hears it in her head. And she just goes, this is what we're going to do.
She has been talking about going into her own world when she's on stage. And it's a world full of light, and she just feels love there. And I think there is something at play here, which is some kind of source to get that kind of inspiration.
There's something that's strange to me on my channel, and there's quite a lot of comments, and they're very thoughtful as well. So I've heard more than I thought I would ever hear about any singer I've ever reacted to. Yeah. I've heard everything from Barefoot Princess to The Boss to her talking about her own world, but what a difference a day makes. That's where you can see what she was talking about. Because initially she's talking to whoever's leading the show, to the host. She's literally like physically moving away from her when she's supposed to talk. She's physically moving. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go somewhere. And then she starts singing, and you can see it in her face. She's not even there anymore. She's in some other world. And I know that people have said, like, she goes through a portal into a different world. I don't think so. I just think she feels comfortable. I think this is, even in this song with Natural Woman, she pretty much said it here outright. I knew what I'm going to be. I knew what I am. Hearing Aretha sing, I knew what I would be. You make me feel what I am. You removed all doubt as to what I am. I think she knew that when she was very young. I don't think she had a choice here. I don't think it was like, I'm going to be a singer. It was like, you were born and this is what you are.
Okay, I think, Alex, you're now ready to hear a song that she wrote herself.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Why? Why?
We've had 3 songs. I don't think I should be listening to the 4th one because I never record more than 3 in one day, more than 3 reactions, because I would lose focus. I can focus on a song properly with breaks in between. Usually I take a break between the songs in order to actually listen, because otherwise my reactions would be lame.
Wow.
The reason why I don't listen to stories is because I have quite a few of my own. And I'm like, okay, just tell me your story through your music. I'll hear it and I'll understand it.
Pontus and I will be sending you a story called Angelina Jordan, The Early Years, which is a 20-minute documentary that we made about Angelina Jordan's.
Oh, that one I will be watching about 190 songs from now. A lot of people gave me that. I didn't want to hear it, and I really have a good reason. I want to hear that story through her songs, and then in the end, when I listen to what she has to say, I want to see if I got it. Well, a lot of her fans gave me the story. A lot of them asked me to react to it, and I'm like, no, don't tell me. Tell me nothing. I know I'm weird.
It's difficult for you to avoid because of the comments, of course. You get a lot of info there.
Unfortunately, I do. I keep telling people, please don't tell me. And they're like...
You can switch off the comments.
I know, but then it would be cruel to people who are actually commenting on the music, and quite a lot of the comments, that's something that I'm actually very happy about. I've noticed that a lot of Angelina Jordan fans, some are there to promote her, others are there to both promote her and actually pay attention to what she's singing and what she's doing with her music. Some are there to ask questions. And all of that put together, I love the thoughtfulness. I love the fact that these people really, really care about her career. And to be honest, but she made me care about it too. I know I'm very new to her, but I think that a talent like that, and I know it's not the only one on the planet that's amazing. There are I don't believe in best singers. I don't think that's an option. It's an art, and it depends on who's listening. But I do believe in some of the best singers. She does belong with the ones who are among the best at the top. Especially at this moment, I've noticed there are quite a few popping up who are young and who have not embraced this cookie cutter type of music. They're looking for real music. They're looking for real emotion, and not just, hey, some producer put this stuff up and, let's sing something to it. She's among them, and that's why I appreciate about her the most.
Okay, so are we now doing a fourth song?
Alan is not giving up, is he?
No, he's pushing.
Well, I thought that after your restoration...
Let's do it. I will do it.
Okay, so are we doing an original or a cover?
Let's do an original. Let's do something
Really?
crazy. Let's do something crazy.
Are you
If we're
really
gonna do
ready
something
for
crazy-
it?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'll be totally off.
Shall we do Shield or I'm Still Holding Out?
The second one sounds cool. I don't know what it is, but let's go with that.
Yeah. Is that technically an original? Because this was... We won't say anything because you don't want to know anything.
We
So
So wait a
we'll
second.
just...
Shield is an original
Yes.
completely. Okay,
Completely.
go with that then.
Yeah.
Let's go with the full original.
Or we can do both.
You're not getting both.
Okay.
I love you, but no.
Alex, if we're only doing 4 songs today, we may have to have you back.
That might happen. Let's see, but no more than 4 songs per. Even that is a lot.
That's a limit.
I will remember.
He's very persuasive.
Alex, I must say that you have a very expressive face. I can read your mood as you're listening to the song.
That's one of the reasons why I started doing this. People kept telling me that.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't have to comment. And I'm like, but I do want to comment. And they're like, we can see what you think.
If you have a 4-year-old child, the child doesn't have to say anything. You can just look at their face and see how they are.
Please be my shield against all that's blue. Love me and lead, and I'll carry through. Keep me from danger, don't leave me too soon. Forgive me for all that I am. Shadows they whisper, stare at my soul. Misled are those who march alone. Keep me from strangers without
Who are
good
you?
intent. Forgive me for all that I am.
Again, so
You
good.
are my fire, and I can see. You're the one watching over me. You are my fire, yeah. You are my fire, and you are lead. Promise you won't give up on me. You are my fire.
Okay, this is someone very close to her.
Surround me with angels, don't let them go. Please let my shelter forever hold. You got my dreams and care for my hope. Forgive me for all that
This part I don't get. Forgive me for all that I am. Hope. Oh, this is so beautiful, this part. You made me who I am. This is someone very close to her.
When on my face staring right from my bones, feeling so tired and alone. You are right there
Are they gone? On you, Eileen. Yeah, this is somebody very close, and I'm thinking they're gone. There's Pringle, the angels watch over me. But this is also someone who inspired her. Who is it? Who is she singing about?
Huh. Well, you can interpret it in different ways. It's the family generally who are a shield. Her uncle is her manager. Her mother is ever present, and
This is someone who's gone. This
Yeah.
isn't someone who's around.
it's also her two grandfathers. I actually have a painting which is based on the lyrics of this song, which one of the angels gave to me, and he gives a wonderful, wonderful explanation of what each symbol is.
In this song, what I think she's doing, this is one person. That's what I'm feeling. This is one person. This person inspired her. This person made her who she is. What I don't understand is the part where she says, "Forgive me for who I am." That's where I'm not sure what she's talking about or what happened for her to say that. But I feel that this person is gone from her life, except she feels like they're still watching over her.
Okay, but forgive me for who I am. Can that simply not be modesty and humility?
It could, but if it's somebody so close to her who made her who she is, that's what's confusing me. Like, why would you want the person who inspires you, who you are my fire, who gives you life, who gives you energy, who gives you all of that, why would you want them to forgive you for who you are because you are who you are because of them?
Yeah.
So that's what's a little confusing.
But
Or-
when you're a teenager, the expectations of others around you are...
You're older than me, but you seem to remember those days. I forgot them. I'm like the level of insecurity when you're 17, yeah. Or in this case 12. But another thing about this is she wrote this when she was around 12.
Yeah.
This is an excellent song. The melody, the lyrics, the arrangement, all of it, and not to mention the voice, but honestly, I'm used to the voice by now. This is something that many songwriters today can't even get close to. The lyrics are impactful. They are very strong. There's also the alignment between the melody, the way she's singing it, and the lyrics themselves, and how the melody changes when she goes into the chorus. The alignment is also very strong. That chorus just hits you like a wave.
Yeah.
And-
She's often said that she wants to do a Bond theme song, and that this was supposed to be like in that kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
I
this is
think
her-
it's better.
Yeah, good point.
Bond theme songs are Bond theme songs that are a little repetitive these days.
Yeah.
This is better.
Right. Shall I mention the symbols that he points out in this painting?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is the kind of art I understand way less than music.
The pot on the right in blue is her granny, Mary. The
Okay.
pot on the left in pink is her mother. The smaller pot in front of her is her sister Juliet. Her 12-year-old self is looking down on her 8-year-old self. And the big pot above her head is Uncle Michael, who's her manager. The shield is a ring of fire all around her, and the wings above at the top center is divine protection. And in the top right and top left corner, shadows they whisper, they stare at my soul. These are eyes without good intent looking down at her.
Like demons. And don't forget the small pots that are not burning anymore, that are just coming smoke out of them.
Oh,
That's their grandfathers that have passed.
Yeah.
oh,
The
I
two
see.
grandfathers.
The two on the left and the right above the blue and the pink
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is Michael
Michael's
Asher's.
interpretation of the song. I didn't feel that. I could completely be wrong, but I felt this one direct connection to that one person who really understood her and who gave her the strength. Maybe I'm projecting. It could be. My granddad was like that for me.
This is the beauty of art, isn't it?
Exactly.
I mean, that we all get
See
to.
different things.
Yes, we get to take it on to ourselves and make of it exactly what we need from it.
That's
And just-
exactly what I meant when I said there is no such thing as best in art or
Yeah.
correct or right in art. It is what you hear in it or see in it. Now, when it comes to paintings, I have had also an excellent education, but it never really stuck on me. Like I found about 10 paintings that I love. I have no clue why I love them, and that's pretty much it. When it comes to music, it's different. So
Yeah.
this is not a medium that I understand well.
If we ever do a podcast about painting, we'll make sure not to invite you.
Yes. Unless it's Mona and those boring impressionists that everybody thinks are just like pop paintings.
Alex, I cannot believe how exciting and fun and focused you are
Yeah.
in the last hour. It's normal for you and it's natural, and you're like this all the time. But
When I'm awake,
We had-
yes.
we had to go all the way to Belgrade to find you, so we're very pleased.
I'm
We're
glad
very
to have found you guys as well. You've been wonderful hosts. You've been patient with me and my little whims and quirks because I am a little nutty, but I like it, so it's okay.
We,
And I'm
we will edit those out.
Don't. It's okay. I'm totally happy, but I have never edited anything out of my reaction videos. They're just the way they are. And I don't mind however stupid I may sound at some point or whatever stupidity I said. It's fine. We all make
okay.
mistakes and we all think weird things.
I like your attitude towards life and just being a human
Yeah,
being.
yeah,
I really like that.
I'm usually, when it comes to work, I'm usually a huge pessimist. When it comes to life, I'm a huge optimist.
Okay.
Alex, I will leave you with a final statement. What you call nutty, I call perceptive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a treat.
It's been a pleasure for me as well. And Pontus, thank you so much for all the technical stuff that we couldn't do without you. Alan, for all the questions as well. They were to the point, and you led me down an interesting path. You picked really interesting songs, having talked to me before.
And
That was
we
really
will
cool.
have you back. You can bet your house on that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm either doing a first time reaction or I'm not. And if I did do that, then our podcast would have been really, really bad because I wouldn't be prepared and then I would sound very different from any reaction. It wouldn't be a first, it wouldn't be real. I actually do want to be surprised because I think it's more interesting for the viewers to actually see a person really live reacting to something for the first time. Otherwise,
Okay.
like a lot of people I know rehearse. And I think it's a good contrast because like what we did in the podcast was actually live for me. And then when people watch reactions, they're always wondering, is it your first time? This was so my first. I had no idea that I was going to do reactions to begin with. So I thought we were going to discuss stuff.
It really shows that it was live. It really shows it was a first time reaction.
We connected over something that we all like.
That's one of the benefits of being an Angelina fan is getting to know people from all over the world and from different backgrounds. and
Truth
everything.
be told, like that kind of works for every type of music and every musician, really. I mean, people who connect over music, I think, connect the best. And I think music in general, I don't believe in best artists. It's not athletics. Nobody's running anywhere. Like basically it's like how it speaks to you, and to one person it's like the best in the world. Music is like a conversation. Now, I know I'm not participating in the conversation as the one talking, but I am listening to a monologue. And if you listen to your mom or you listen to a play, you're watching the facial expressions, you're watching the voice, you're listening to the tone, you're listening to basically everything that's going on. I think it's just basic active listening. I Put a Spell on You was one of those songs where, like, the first tone she made, I knew something very weird was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know what, but that was not a child singing, and
Yeah.
I could hear that. And another time that happened was
What a difference a day makes.
a same thing happened where I just saw her like moving away when she's talking and how she just swam into the ocean of singing when she started singing. And you can really see it with her. If you can't see it when they're singing, what's the point in the explanation? At least to me, maybe it's just too easy, maybe it's just too natural, but I tend to judge a person based on what they're doing, and I don't need to hear an explanation. Like Pontus, most of the time, your face is like you're paying attention and you're like a sponge. You're just following everything and you're coming up with thoughts in your head and they just kind of pop. Like, this is what I'm going to do with this, but you say nothing.
Yeah.
And it's very clear and it's very visible.
Cool.
And that's why it's easy to react. That's why it's easy to assume when the song is going to take off. Like, you hear the instruments going before the voice is going to go, and you can tell. It's not rocket science.